Roman Reigns is officially back in the WWE. In case you were living under a rock, last night on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns made his return to help Jimmy and Jey Uso as they were getting attacked by the Vision. And this begs the question, what's next with Roman Reigns? So that is what we are going to talk about in today's video. We're going to take a look at Roman Reigns' return and what it could mean moving forward. And before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That is all we post is WWE related content. So again, if you're a WWE fan, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So I think we knew that Roman Reigns was going to return sometime before Crown Jewel, considering he was advertised on the poster for Crown Jewel. But now that he has finally returned, what's going to happen next? Obviously, I think he's most likely going to have a match at Crown Jewel, otherwise they probably would not have advertised him for the show. So, if he is going to have a match at Crown Jewel, who's he going to face? Obviously, someone from the Vision would make the most sense, but we've already seen him have a match with Bronson Reed. And while it would make sense for those two to have a rematch, considering Bronson Reed was the one who ended up delivering the final blow to Roman Reigns on his way out on the stretcher. So right there, I think you have your easy option for a Roman Reigns match against Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel. And we know that they work pretty good together within a match, but the issue is that we've seen it already. And we're at the point of the calendar year where WWE likes to recycle things. For example, how many times have we seen the main event of Monday Night Raw be the Usos versus the Vision, or a babyface team taking on the Vision? Fans want to see something new, and that something new could be a match with Braun Breaker. Now, this is a match that people would like to see, and it went as far as people wanting to see this take place at a bigger show like SummerSlam or possibly WrestleMania. And given how much higher Braun Breaker's ceiling is, I think WWE could get away with having multiple matches between Roman and Braun. So that tackles the match aspect, but let's talk about a storyline aspect. And that storyline is something that we've been seeing for quite a few weeks now. So before Roman Reigns was written off of TV, he had a conversation with Jey Uso, and it really changed Jey Uso. And ever since that conversation, we've seen Jey slowly becoming more like Roman when he was the tribal chief. And we've seen Jimmy Uso trying to show Jimmy the light and tell him that he is starting to become like Roman. We've had Jimmy even say that he's starting to sound like Roman. And we saw this continue at the very end of Monday Night Raw last night, where we had Roman talking to Jey, and Jimmy's just kind of in the back, looking kind of irritated about it. So what this could lead to, I don't really know, but I'm kind of on board with it right now. And I think what has me the most excited about it is there's a lot of different avenues that they could take this. You could have Jimmy versus Jey again. And I know when we got that the first time around, nobody really liked it because it just was not executed the way it should have been. But I think the storyline is a lot better here, and having Jimmy as the babyface and having Jey as kind of the heel in the story, I think would be really interesting. We could have another match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. We could have a match between Roman and Jimmy, which is something that we haven't seen. And it all kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier and about how WWE right now is just recycling things. Roman versus Jimmy would be something that's new. Now, what they would be fighting for, obviously they'd be fighting over Jey Uso. And you kind of have a yin and yang type of match where Roman wants Jey to be what he is meant to be the new tribal chief in a way. Where Jimmy obviously doesn't want that. He doesn't want him to become Roman Reigns, which is exactly what Jimmy doesn't want to have happen. And in a weird sort of way, it would mirror the original story of Jimmy versus Jey. Only this time it makes a little more sense because we're starting to see Jey slowly becoming more and more like the tribal chief Roman Reigns was. So I'm very, very curious as to what lies ahead for Roman Reigns. I'm excited to see what they have planned for Crown Jewel. I'm excited to see what they have planned after Crown Jewel and what we get between him and the Usos. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Who do you want to see Roman Reigns face at Crown Jewel? Do you want it to be Bronson Reed again? Do you want it to be Braun Breaker? Or do you want someone completely different? And also let me know what you think could happen with this whole Jimmy, Roman, Jay kind of triangle that they're in right now. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinion down below in the comments, and while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in bio for a reason, and that is because it'll take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel, and I do suggest going and checking out our X page. Besides YouTube, I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. And above all else, I want the X page to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling, especially if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling. So if you are like me and you're looking for a group of wrestling fans to talk about wrestling with, swing by an upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, one of the upcoming PLEs, join in on the conversation, and maybe it's for you at the end of the day. Also, another place to go and talk about wrestling is the TikTok page. I finally got around to making a TikTok page, and because that page is still relatively new, the only content that really takes place over there is just clips from these videos, and it's just another place for me to post when I upload a video to YouTube. But eventually, I am going to be doing more of the WWE type things that happens over on TikTok. So if you're scrolling on your phone and you come across one of those videos, drop a like, drop a follow, show it some love. I'm really trying to grow that page a lot over there. With all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free and both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here. It really means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more WWE content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.